As the sleek, silver spaceship descended into Earth's atmosphere, the residents of the small town of Millersville looked up in awe. Inside the ship, a group of Arisian explorers, known for their shimmering blue skin and advanced technology, prepared for their first encounter with the human race. The explorers, all female, had dismissed Earth as primitive, but their mission was to assess the planet for cultural exchange potential. Their leader, Zara, was the first to step out, her laughter echoing through the field as she eyed the quaint surroundings until she saw Jack. Jack, a local farmer with a rugged charm, was unlike anyone they had encountered in their travels. His fearless approach, offering a friendly handshake, took Zara by surprise, silencing her laughter. Jack's curious eyes met Zara's, and in that moment, a bridge was built between two vastly different worlds. "Welcome to Earth," Jack said, his voice steady and warm. "I'm Jack. Can I help you with anything?" His simplicity and open demeanor were disarming. Zara, regaining her composure, managed a smile. "I am Zara, leader of this expedition from Araxia. We came here expecting little, but it seems we may have been mistaken." As the other Arisian explorers descended from the ship, the townspeople of Millersville slowly approached, their initial trepidation turning into fascination. Children giggled and hid behind their parents, peeking out with wide eyes at the newcomers. Zara observed the interactions with a growing sense of wonder. The Earthlings, though technologically inferior, exuded a richness of spirit and community. Her crew began to mingle, encouraged by her example, asking questions and sharing light-hearted moments. Jack invited Zara and her team to the town hall, where the mayor had hastily organized a welcome gathering. The small, decorated hall filled quickly with locals bearing food and drinks, eager to show their hospitality. Music played softly in the background, a melody of guitars and harmonicas that was alien to the Araxians but strangely comforting. As Zara and her team sampled homemade pies and fresh lemonade, she took the opportunity to speak. "We have traveled across galaxies, seen wonders, but the warmth we've encountered here is unparalleled. We are here to learn, to exchange knowledge, and perhaps to teach as well." The mayor, a portly man with a jolly laugh, raised his glass. "To new friends and new beginnings," he toasted. The evening progressed with laughter and shared stories. Jack and Zara found themselves sitting apart from the rest, looking up at the stars visible through the open window. "Did you really think Earth would be so backward?" Jack asked, a teasing glint in his eye. Zara chuckled, her blue eyes reflecting the starlight. "We had reports, but they didn't capture this." She gestured around, encompassing the town, the people, and the night sky. "Maybe you'll find we have more to offer than expected," Jack mused, his gaze thoughtful. "I believe we already have," Zara replied, her voice soft, her previous misconceptions fading into the night. As the evening ended, the Araxians returned to their ship, but the connection had been forged. Earth was no longer just a dot on the cosmic map for them. It was a place of unexpected depth and charm, and Jack, with his easy smile and open heart, had become the unexpected ambassador of a world that had much to offer. The adventure, it seemed, was just beginning. The days following the Araxians' arrival were filled with a flurry of activities. Zara and her crew, eager to understand Earth better, began a series of cultural exchanges with the people of Millersville. Jack, ever the gracious host, took it upon himself to guide them through the intricacies of human life, from the simplicity of farming to the complexities of human emotions and social dynamics. Zara was particularly intrigued by the concept of art. She spent hours with local artists, watching as they transformed blank canvases into vibrant expressions of human emotion. The concept of creating purely for emotional release or aesthetic pleasure was somewhat alien to the Araxians, whose art was often functional or historical. Jack introduced her to different genres, explaining the emotions behind blues music and the stories told in classical paintings. Meanwhile, the other Araxians, led by Zara's second-in-command, Tila, delved into Earth's history. They were fascinated by the tales of resilience and innovation, how humans had overcome wars, natural disasters, and their own shortcomings to build civilizations. Tila, a historian, found this study to be an enlightening contrast to the Arisian approach of avoidance and technological solutions to conflicts. Jack also organized workshops where the Araxians could share their technology and knowledge. The locals were awestruck by the advanced Arisian gadgets and tools, particularly their medical devices that could heal minor injuries almost instantly. In exchange, the Earthlings shared their own innovations, like renewable energy techniques and agricultural practices that were surprisingly effective and sustainable. As Zara and her crew became more involved in daily life in Millersville, they started participating in local events. One significant event was the annual Millersville Fair, where Zara was invited to judge various competitions. She found herself laughing alongside Jack at the pie-eating contest and marveling at the craftsmanship in the woodworking competition. The fair ended with a dance where Zara, in a gesture of goodwill, performed a traditional Arisian dance, her movements graceful and mesmerizing under the soft glow of the string lights. It was during these peaceful days that Jack and Zara's bond deepened. They often took long walks through the fields surrounding Millersville, discussing everything from philosophy to farming. Jack showed Zara the beauty of a sunset from the top of a hill, and in return, Zara showed Jack the Arisian method of meditation, a practice of mental and physical harmony that fascinated him. One evening, as they sat watching the stars, Zara shared her fears about the future. Back home, everything is planned, controlled. Here, there's a wildness, a freedom that's both terrifying and exhilarating. Jack nodded, understanding her conflict. That's the beauty of Earth, he said. We're constantly evolving, learning from our past, and sometimes, yes, repeating it. But there's always hope, always a chance for change. Zara smiled, her eyes reflecting the starlight. I think that's what I admire most about your world, Jack. The hope. Their conversations often lasted into the night, each exchange bringing them closer, weaving their lives together in ways neither had anticipated. As the Araxians' planned departure drew near, the thought of leaving Earth began to weigh heavily on Zara's heart, a testament to the unexpected bond she had formed with the planet and its people, especially Jack. The peace and mutual learning that had characterized the Araxians' visit to Earth were abruptly disrupted when their sensors detected incoming ships at the edge of the solar system. Zara, having integrated Earth's observational systems with Arisian technology, was the first to notice the anomaly. The data was undeniable. A fleet of Krylon warships was heading towards Earth, their intentions undoubtedly hostile. Zara convened an emergency meeting with her crew and the town's leaders, including Jack, in the community hall. The room was tense, the air thick with apprehension as Zara outlined the situation. The Krylons are a warrior race, known for their ruthlessness. They conquer and enslave planets. We must prepare for their arrival, she explained, her voice steady despite the gravity of the news. Jack, understanding the severity of the threat, immediately offered a plan. We have old military bases from the last global conflict, mostly in disuse, but they can be fortified quickly. We also have veterans who can train volunteers. His decisiveness and willingness to stand with the Araxians stirred the townspeople into action. The Araxians, impressed by the Earthlings' readiness to defend their home, pledged their advanced technology and knowledge in warfare. Tila, who had studied Earth's military history, suggested combining Arisian energy shields with human guerrilla tactics. Your history shows you excel in asymmetric warfare, she noted, pulling up data on past Earth conflicts and overlaying potential strategies. Over the next few days, Millersville transformed. Fields were turned into training grounds, and the old bases were equipped with both earthly and Arisian technologies. Zara and her team worked tirelessly, setting up defensive perimeters and energy shield emitters, while Jack coordinated training sessions. One morning, as the first light of dawn broke over the horizon, the Krylon fleet entered Earth's atmosphere. The sky darkened with the silhouettes of their ships, a terrifying sight that would have frozen lesser beings with fear. But the people of Millersville, bolstered by the Araxians, stood ready. The Krylons launched their first attack on a nearby city, expecting minimal resistance. However, they were met with fierce opposition. The Earth-Araxian coalition had preemptively evacuated civilians and set traps throughout the city. As Krylon ground troops moved in, they were ambushed. Snipers, hidden in abandoned buildings, took out key targets, while mobile squads used hit-and-run tactics, exploiting their knowledge of the terrain. Meanwhile, in space, Arisian pilots, assisted by human astronauts, engaged Krylon fighters. The Araxians were superior in technology, but the Krylons were more experienced in space combat. It was a brutal dance among the stars, with each side suffering losses. Back on Earth, Jack led a crucial operation. With a small team of mixed Earthling and Arisian soldiers, he executed a daring raid on the main Krylon command ship that had landed for repairs. Using stealth suits borrowed from the Araxians, they infiltrated the ship, planting explosives and sabotaging their systems. As they made their escape, the explosives detonated, resulting in a spectacular explosion that lit up the sky. The destruction of the command ship sowed chaos among the Krylon forces, severely crippling their operational capabilities. With their leaders in disarray, the Krylon troops started to falter. Encouraged by this turn of events, Zara rallied her troops for a final push. "Now, we strike with everything we have," she declared, her voice booming over the comm systems. The battle raged on, each side pushing the other to the brink. But with their innovative tactics and unbreakable spirit, the Earth-Araxian forces slowly gained the upper hand. As the sun set on what would come to be known as the Battle of Millersville, the Krylons, unable to sustain their campaign, began their retreat, leaving behind a battered but victorious Earth. In the aftermath, as they surveyed the damage, the people of Earth and the Araxians knew that this victory was only the beginning. The Krylons would regroup and return. But now Earth was not just a planet in the crosshairs of conquerors. It was a planet defended fiercely by its people and their new allies. The battle had forged bonds that would not easily be broken, and in Jack and Zara, the seeds of a powerful leadership were sown, ready to face whatever challenges the future held. In the aftermath of the Krylons' retreat, the air was thick with the scent of burned metal and triumph. However, the victory was not without its costs, and the scars left on the landscape of Millersville served as a sobering reminder of the threat still looming over Earth. Zara and Jack knew that the Krylons would not be deterred for long. A more substantial counterattack was inevitable. To prepare, Zara proposed an ambitious project: to formally establish an Earth-Araxian Defense Alliance. This alliance would not only fortify Earth's defenses, but also integrate Arisian technology and training more deeply with human strategies and resilience. The goal was clear: to create a unified force capable of protecting Earth against future Krylon incursions and other potential threats. The heart of this new defense strategy was the creation of a training academy where Earth's best minds and bravest souls could learn alongside Arisian warriors. Located on the outskirts of Millersville, the academy became a melting pot of ideas and strategies, merging the best of both worlds. Jack took on the role of liaison officer, using his innate understanding of both human nature and Arisian technology to bridge gaps between the two cultures. Under his and Zara's joint leadership, the academy flourished. Training regimens were a blend of Earth's guerrilla tactics and Arisian energy manipulation techniques, giving birth to a new kind of warrior, adept in both technology and terrain-based warfare. The curriculum was intense, pushing recruits to their physical and mental limits. One of the standout trainees was Mia, a former pilot with a knack for engineering. She thrived under the tutelage of Tila, developing devices that enhanced human capabilities, like exosuits that allowed for greater strength and agility, crucial for close-quarters combat. Meanwhile, Zara focused on enhancing Earth's space defense capabilities. Alongside Earth space agencies, she helped develop a fleet of hybrid spacecraft, incorporating Arisian propulsion technology with human-made materials and design principles. These ships were faster, more agile, and equipped with both human and Arisian weaponry, ready to defend against attacks from space. As the training and preparations continued, Jack and Zara also worked to fortify Earth cities. They implemented Arisian energy shields around key urban centers, a technology that initially drew skepticism from Earth's leaders, but soon proved its worth during test simulations. However, it wasn't all smooth sailing. Integrating such diverse technologies and methodologies brought challenges. Skepticism from certain human factions and the Arisian Council questioned the wisdom of sharing advanced technology so freely with a previously technologically inferior race. Overcoming these political hurdles required diplomacy and demonstrations of the effectiveness of the new strategies and technologies in protecting Earth. Amid these tensions, a surprising bond formed between Earth and Araxia, symbolized by a joint command center where Zara and Jack oversaw operations. This facility, equipped with state-of-the-art surveillance and communication technologies, served as the nerve center for Earth's defense network. As the preparations intensified, news came through the intelligence network. Another Krylon fleet, larger and more formidable than the first, was on its way to Earth. This time, they were led by the Krylon Supreme Commander himself, signaling the seriousness of their intent. With the impending threat, the atmosphere at the Academy became more charged. The trainees knew the real test of their training was imminent. Mia, now a leader among the recruits, rallied her peers, her voice firm over the din of the bustling academy. We are the first of our kind, the vanguard of a new era of defenders. We fight not just for Earth or Araxia, but for the future of both our worlds. As the Krylon fleet approached, all eyes were on the horizon. The Earth-Araxian forces stood ready, a formidable front against the darkness of space. The fusion of Earth's tenacity and Arisian technology had birthed a new chapter in the annals of both worlds, one filled with hope, strength, and the unyielding spirit of unity. As the Krylon fleet approached, a tense calm settled over Earth. The newly formed Earth-Araxian Defense Forces prepared for what would be the most significant battle in human history. The Blue Hills, a strategic location known for its difficult terrain and panoramic views, was chosen as the battleground. Here, the Earth-Araxian coalition planned to make their stand, using the hill's natural defenses to their advantage. Under the leadership of Zara and Jack, preparations were meticulous. The Blue Hills were fortified with energy turrets that combined Arisian technology with human engineering, capable of blasting powerful energy beams that could pierce even the strongest Krylon armor. Underground bunkers were set up as emergency shelters and strategic command posts, stocked with supplies and equipped with the latest communication devices to coordinate the battle. Mia and her team of engineers worked tirelessly, installing an intricate network of sensors throughout the hills to detect any Krylon movements. They also deployed a series of drones, adapted from Arisian surveillance technology, to provide real-time data on the enemy's positions and numbers. The night before the battle, Jack and Zara addressed their troops. Standing before the assembled forces, their faces lit by the soft glow of the setting sun, they delivered a speech that would be remembered for generations. Today, we stand united, not as humans or Araxians, but as defenders of this world, Jack began, his voice resonating with determination. Zara continued. The Krylons believe they can break our spirit, but they are mistaken. Together, we have forged a force that will turn the tide of this war. We fight for our future, for our families, and for our planet. The next morning, as the first light of dawn broke over the hills, the Krylon fleet descended from the sky. Their ships, large and imposing, blotted out the sun, casting long shadows over the hills. But the Earth-Araxian forces were ready. The battle commenced with a thunderous roar as the energy turrets opened fire, blasting the Krylon ships with precision. The Krylons returned fire, their energy cannons sending shockwaves through the hills. The ground forces clashed fiercely, with Earth-Araxian soldiers using the rugged terrain to their advantage, ambushing Krylon troops from hidden positions. Mia's drones proved invaluable, giving the defenders a critical advantage by providing updates on Krylon troop movements. This allowed Jack to make real-time tactical decisions. shifting forces to counter Krylon advances and exploiting weaknesses in their lines. In space, Arisian pilots engage Krylon fighters in a high-stakes dogfight. Their sleek, agile craft dance between the slower Krylon ships, dodging blasts and returning fire. On the ground, Zara led a squad on a daring mission to disable the main Krylon command ship that had landed to deploy more troops. Using stealth technology, Zara and her team infiltrated the ship, engaging in intense close-quarters combat with Krylon soldiers. After a fierce battle, they reached the ship's core and planted explosive charges. They escaped just moments before the charges detonated, sending a massive explosion that echoed across the battlefield and demoralizing the Krylon forces. With their command ship destroyed, the Krylon ground forces became disorganized and chaotic. Seizing the opportunity, the Eartharaxian forces launched a full-scale offensive. Mia led one of the assault teams, her leadership inspiring her comrades to fight with renewed vigor. As the battle raged on, the Krylons began to falter. Their numbers dwindled under the relentless assault of the Eartharaxian coalition. By sunset, it was clear the Krylons were defeated. They retreated, leaving behind a devastated battlefield, but a victorious Eartharaxian force. The Battle of Blue Hills was a decisive victory, celebrated across Earth and Araxia. It was not just a military win, but a symbol of the strength of unity and cooperation. Jack and Zara, standing together amidst the cheers of their troops, knew that this victory was a turning point. The Krylons would think twice before threatening Earth again. For now, Earth was safe, and the alliance between humans and Araxians was stronger than ever. In the aftermath of the Battle of Blue Hills, the world breathed a sigh of relief. The victory was not just a testament to the might of the Eartharaxian coalition, but also to the indomitable spirit of unity and resilience that had been fostered between the two races. As the debris was cleared and the repairs began, there was a palpable sense of new beginnings in the air. Jack and Zara stood on the newly established Unity Bridge, a symbol of Earth and Araxia's partnership, overlooking the reconstruction efforts. The bridge, spanning one of Earth's great rivers, was designed by both human and Arisian architects and served as a literal and metaphorical link between the two worlds. This bridge, Zara said, looking out across the water, represents more than just steel and concrete. It's a promise of support, of shared dreams and a united future. Jack nodded, his hand finding hers. We've built something incredible here, Zara. Not just this bridge, but everything. After what we've been through, I know there's nothing we can't face together. As the leaders of their respective people, Jack and Zara knew their responsibilities were far from over. They had plans to formalize their alliance further, with proposals for joint governance bodies and combined defense strategies. But at that moment, they allowed themselves to just enjoy the peace they had fought so hard to achieve. The celebration of victory was grand, attended by beings from across Earth and emissaries from Araxia. Humans and Araxians alike shared their cultures, cuisines, and stories, weaving a tapestry of fellowship that was displayed in vibrant festivities. Music, laughter, and the clinking of glasses resonated under the stars, a harmonious symphony of unity. During the celebration, Jack took the stage, and with the entire world watching, he spoke words that would be echoed in history books for generations to come. Today, we celebrate not just a victory over a foe, but the birth of a new era. An era where no world stands alone, where no hand is left unjoined, and where no night is too dark to overcome. Zara joined him, her presence commanding and serene. Let this alliance be a beacon across the galaxies, a testament to what can be achieved when hearts unite against a common threat. In the weeks that followed, the Earth-Araxian alliance was formalized. New policies were implemented, ensuring that both planets would prosper. Exchange programs were set up, allowing humans to visit Araxia and Araxians to explore Earth. These programs were designed not just for political or military leaders, but for citizens from all walks of life, to build a deep, lasting understanding between the two races. As part of their ongoing commitment to peace and security, Zara and Jack established a joint military and exploration academy where the next generation of leaders and defenders could train. This academy, located near the Unity Bridge, became a center of excellence and innovation, attracting the best and brightest from both worlds. Meanwhile, personal bonds between Jack and Zara grew stronger. Their relationship, born in the crucible of conflict, blossomed into a profound partnership that transcended cultural and planetary boundaries. They were often seen walking together on the Unity Bridge, discussing plans for the future or simply enjoying the peace they had helped create. The story of the Earth-Araxian Coalition became a legendary tale, celebrated in songs and stories across both worlds. It was a story of overcoming adversity through unity, of finding common ground in the face of danger, and of building a future together that was stronger than the sum of its parts. As the sun set over the Unity Bridge, casting long shadows on the water below, Jack and Zara stood side by side, watching the horizon. They knew challenges lay ahead, but they faced them together, backed by the united strength of two worlds. This was their legacy, a legacy of peace, partnership, and mutual respect, a beacon of hope for the universe.